Right, welcome to the Jamega Tour at Royal Ascot. So another 2-day event, Royal Ascot, which I've played last year. I'm actually commentating on this one after day 2. Day 2 a little better. Currently working on a lot of things with Ryan, my coach, and he actually caddied for me in round 2. So good one coming tomorrow. So round 1 obviously coming up now. So we got we basically talk you through it as normal. But also talk you through some of the stuff that is sort of like got away from me this week, and some of the stuff that we did at the end of the round, and then obviously tomorrow is slightly better, but I'm not going to give it away, so let's just go through this. It is another case of a learning experience this week. I know it is. It seems like quite a slow learning process, but me and Ryan have put together, like, you know, it's like a 5-year plan basically to get ready to play at a decent level. And although the scores aren't really reflecting that at the moment, it is just a learning process and just trying to learn from every event. It was so teed off, it started raining. We thought we were in for a very, very wet round, but it was sort of showers all day. It's hitting 9-9 into the first, which landed short. Had this little chip, which I thought maybe a tiny bit skiddier, but not the best. Little chip there. Had this putt for par, which I just missed. Played with, so the kid that I'm playing with there, he's 11 years old, and he was playing off 4, and I've got to say, what a golfer he is. He was hitting it like 250 off the tee, and he didn't really miss a shot. I think he shot like 80, I think about 80 in the end, off the back tees, tournament conditions, so really impressive. His round, so par 5 round the corner, which you would have seen in the practice round video if you've seen that. Just hit this slightly up the left and had around 220 in. He hit a 5-iron, which wasn't a bad shot. Had Bash, who was a local guy, come caddy for me, so cheers Bash. Turned up on the first tee and just said he was following, so I was like, do you want to push a trolley caddy for me? And he gave me a few good reads, bit of local knowledge. So yeah, knocked it close. This is one of the better chips, sort of what I didn't have last week, sort of any short game, but it's definitely moving in the right direction. So back to level straight away. The third is a par 4. The miss was always going to be right because the pin is back left. This just missed slightly further right than I was hoping for. Had a big mud ball 100 yards over a tree and just didn't want to go long, so just sort of knocked it onto the middle of the green, safe shot, and had this for birdie. Now the putting stroke you're going to see today, me and Ryan did a lot of work after the round. You can see this putting stroke is sort of like standing open, feet open, alignment wasn't great, and the general stroke is quite long and loose with quite a lot of right hand. So we did a lot of work after the round. You're going to see that paying off in tomorrow's round. I'm also going to try and film with Ryan and talk through some of the stuff that we're working towards, because it's one of them at the moment, right? So I can either sort of like find something that's going to get it around instantly and shoot some okay scores, or what we're doing is just seeing the bigger picture and trying to work towards what we envision is, like, you know, not the end result because there's no end result, but what we see in a few years time. So I mean, Ryan said it, like, the scores at the moment, it's not like uber important. It's just a case of just going, just trusting the process which he's putting on. That was one of the better chips that I hit up here. It's actually up a massive tier, and saved that for par. So fairly solid start. This is the long par 5. Just tried to draw this around the corner, didn't make the best of swings. And what you're going to see with most of the golf swings I made today, so a lot of you noticed this recently, I've been sort of club swing getting a bit inside, as you can see it there, and then I'm very much like tilty on the way through, and the club drops quite deep. It's sort of not the move you want to make to hit cuts. Also adds a lot of loft, and the low point isn't that consistent. That was a disgusting lie, by the way. just like a bare patch there. So the stuff we did after the round is just trying to get the club more in front of me, working left, staying more central, and the strikes are better. So this is a reason why. So this is a little 4-iron, 180 yards, just trying to knock one down. And after a fairly solid start, this is left, going left. And this is what we're working out of the game. And when you're dropping it inside, it's hard to hit those knockdown cuts, those low flat ones. But yeah, we'll talk through that. That was a disgusting lie. So putter probably was the only option off of that bare, wet lie, and should have made that for par. And it's a bit of a frustrating double. On to the par 4 7th. This is playing into wind today. Just missed it up the right. Did not have the best of lies, but sort of got this one up there, fairly close to the green. And again, just found myself on this sat down lie in a little hole, so just having to sort of get the toe up, hands high, get it back in the stance, and just sort of nudge it forward with a putt and stroke, pitch and wedge, just roll it through the rough, and hit a pretty good chip and made par. It's quite a good save. Just try to hold this one up against the wind. This is 130, I think this is playing. Quite surprised this landed just on the front and spun back off. Yeah, knocked it up to the hole. Par save. So 9 is playing straight up into the wind. I was trying to basically hit it over this bunker. Probably tried to take a bit more off of it than I should have. Should have just confidently hit the high cut there. Found myself up against the lip. This was into a lot of wind, and this it's a bit of a funky ball flight. This came out up and very, very loaded with side spin. Found myself in a bit of a thick lie down on the left, knocked it up onto the green, and had this for par. Putt and stroke not looking good. So 3 over at the turn. Not ideal. I think the winning score, by the way, guys, just to give you a bit of reference, is around 3 under at the moment, as we stand with a few holes left of the tournament. But start the back 9. 4-iron off the tee. Got a wedge here from 160 down the breeze. Hit a good shot in. Hoping to knock this in to have a good start to the 9. Sort of went right, thought this was going to go left. Bash actually gave me a really good read there, which I didn't fully trust and commit to. And then this is another prime example. Shot where you're just trying to play the low one, just moving it forward. Not I don't want to hit this left, maybe hit a slight cut. Just leave yourself in a horrific position. So from where I was with the lie that I had at the back of the green, that's probably the best I could have done. The junior lad almost had a hole in one on this hole, knocked it to a foot, and then had this for par, which went to the right at the end. Okay, so this is 12. So par 4 around the corner. It's a pretty good shot here with a 2-iron. Second day hit drive, I got a bit further down, but found myself about 135 yards away, and the pin is sort of back right. There's a tier that goes up to it and the tier that falls away on the left. So I was literally just trying to hit this to the back left portion of the green, pushed it slightly, and it's just got up on the hill, and I think you're going to see some more putting woes. So it's just generally the stuff that me and Ryan are working on. I really want to go into detail, especially with the putting stroke, because I've I don't use a line to get my start points. I'm literally just going by feel and seeing like the line of the putt. We're working towards, and what we did work after the round was spot putting and getting the line down, so you know that, you know, when you're spot putting, it's the biggest thing. Instead of looking at the general line, you can actually learn from each putt you hit. And this is it's another bad swing where I'm not synced up and I'm probably under it. So like, the thing you can learn from spot putting is you can get your line down, and if you miss the putt, well, basically if you get the ball rolling end over end in a straight line, you see the ball rolling, you know you've hit a good putt, and then you can see whether you've made a good read, rather than just sort of like looking at the line, giving it a go, and it's sort of guesswork. You can learn from each putt, which is what we're going to talk about. But as it was, actually hit a pretty good chip from where I was to here, and then it's the look of a defeated man. Six. Not ideal. Par 4 around the corner. Good tee shot. Kept my balance well as always with the driver. Left myself a wedge. Literally looked so much under the plane on the way back. But hit an okay shot. Had a good look for birdie. I can't even remember this part, to be honest. Is that close or not? Can't even see. I'm tapping it in, which is a good sign. It's not a few foot away. And then, yeah, this tee shot on the next is another prime example of the stuff that we're trying to work away from. This is me getting underneath it and getting extremely stuck, and just hitting it right on the par 5 into the driving rain, just out in the trees. And all I could do from there is just get this going out to the middle of the fairway. This is like one of the saves of the year for me so far, by the way. Had a terrible lie, tried to muscle a iron up there, found myself in a deep spot. This is quite thick, and you can see that. And yeah, it's pretty good up and down, to be fair. I have to bleep out the stuff that Pat says.
What a pass.
On to 16, long par 4, travel up the left, hit a good drive down this hole, had around 120 yards, sort of like a full gap wedge. Gave myself a really good look here. I think we missed the first one. Yeah, I missed the first putt. Tapped in for par. Thought I hit a good shot here. 200 yards into the wind, come up short. This is another thing, adding loft and getting stuck underneath. Hit an okay chip. Just came up slightly short. And then, spoiler alert, hit a putt which jumped about 3 foot 3 times. So, I know it doesn't sound that confident. I know the scores have not been where they need to be at the moment, and we're nowhere near, obviously. But I feel like really good coming away from this tournament, because me and Ryan have done a lot of work, especially after the round, and it's getting closer, and you'll see it with tomorrow's round, to where I need to be. We did some good swing work, which gets rid of the underneath and flippy stuff and gets the ball like driving towards target, a bit more controllable trajectory. And then the short game work that we did was really good as well. So yeah, 7 over par is not a good round of golf, But this is the honest reflection of the process as it is. It would be very easy not to film these rounds and just try and go to each week and learn, but I'm filming whilst learning and playing tournament golf. It's not the easiest process, but it's going to show the progress, the proper progress, as we move forward. So another round done. Round 2 is going to be better. It's coming soon, and keep watching because the scores are going to be coming soon.